All right. Hi, guys. So my name is Kim Kent. For those of you who don't know my face, I am one of your national marketing directors. I've been a part of the business now for 6.5 years, and I have had the absolute pleasure of actually going over to the States and meeting and spending quality time with Dany Martin, who is one of our American uplines. He's like the father. He's like my Juice Plus father figure. I don't know if that's weird or not, but he's just absolutely amazing. And those of you who you might be new, some of you might have been around for ages actually. Whilst we're still waiting for everyone to join, I'd love for you to jump in the chat and let us know how long have you been a part of our Juice Plus family and our business. So mine was 6.5 years. Let us know how long you've been a part of our community. I was going to say girl gang, but then there's some guys on here too. Oh, 3 years, 4 years. Woohoo! Please keep sharing. So what 2020s, I'm like seriously multitasking hard right now. All right, Nat's joining. Okay, so 2020 has been a bit of a roller coaster, right? I feel like it's been an epic year, full on year, crazy year, gosh, you name it. And I think what's really exciting is we've had a lot happen recently that's really brought us together and really put fire and energy into how strong our community and our culture is. So over the next 4 weeks, myself and some of the other NMDs, your leaders, we've decided to come together because we have lots of little teams here, there and everywhere, and bring you 4 weeks of epic coaching and business training and information on these calls, hence the special time. And those of you who are just jumping on, we have people from the East Coast, Perth, WA, I'm from Perth, USA, Europe, and guys, I'm still adding people in as I talk. This is so exciting. And we wanted to I call them the big guns. We wanted to get in the big guns, which is Dany Martin. I love this man. This man has been a part of our company for like 40 years. I was on the phone to him the other day, actually, and I cannot remember. He told me and I can't quite remember. I'm going to let him introduce himself because he knows way more about himself than I do. And we're doing this, the 4 weeks, these 4 week of coaching is about the belief series, or I call them the belief series. And something that I've learned in 6.5 years of business, plus I know everyone else who's been around, the biggest thing we need to keep us going is belief. And there's 4 different areas that we focus our belief on. And the first one we're going to cover today, I'm going to let Dany introduce it more, but you're going to hear from the guy who's been around and watched so many crashes, booms, roller coasters, tsunamis, rainbows, sparkles, everything in this business. So I really hope you guys have your notebooks out to take some notes down. You're going to learn, like I have a bit of a potty mouth and I'm not afraid to say it, you're going to learn some epic shit on tonight's call. So without further ado, I'm still adding people in. This is so exciting. Dany, I'm going to hand it straight over to you and get the ball rolling. All right, you're pinned.
Well, thank you, Kim. What an introduction, but I haven't been with the company 40 years. I'm barely 40 years old, can you tell? Oh, man. I appreciate that introduction. Don't you love Kim's excitement and energy? I really do. And there are 2 things right now that I don't think that I remember ever happening in history. In fact, one of them I know has never happened in the history of our lifetime, and one of those is this call series. And we did want to put together a call series or Zoom for our team, and doing that we're going to talk about the belief in the company, belief in our products, belief in our marketing structure of direct selling, and then also belief in ourselves. And we said, well, that's 4 weeks, but here's what happened. our sponsor, Debbie and I sponsor. In fact, Debbie's on with you guys tonight, as is our sponsor, Carrie Daigle. Carrie's out there somewhere. I saw him signing in a while ago. But Carrie and I decided to talk about the, direct selling and that type of thing. And so we're actually going to extend that over 2 weeks. So you've got me tonight. You're going to get Carrie next Monday night. And then the following Monday night is going to be the CEO, global CEO of our company, Juice Plus Company, Paulo Teixeira. And then we've got a couple more weeks after that. So we might stretch this out to 5 weeks. But I want to say that this is unprecedented that I know of. And this is really for our team. It's for our team around the world. I appreciate you guys coming on, because we know that we have people on here, as Kim said, from Australia, all over the country there, New Zealand, the USA. I see some of our folks on from Europe, from the Netherlands and places like that. And so it's just great to have everybody. We're one big global family now, especially with our team. So it's going to be awesome to come together for these few weeks and do that. I want to thank Dr. Tamara Hunter for allowing us to use her Zoom ID and this time slot. I know that typically that they have different teams that have this time slot filled up on Monday night there in Australia, most of our national marketing directors, but we really wanted to bring everybody together and do this. So we thank her for allowing us to steal her little Zoom account for a few weeks and do this. The other thing that's unprecedented in history is south of where we live down here in the New Orleans area, there are 2 hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, that's happened before on 1 or 2 occasions, but they went different ways. But later today, the first one is going to be hitting New Orleans, and 48 hours later, the second one is going to be hitting New Orleans. That's never happened in the history of the world that we know of. So we're glad to be with you, and we're glad that this is not maybe tomorrow night when we don't have internet or power possibly. Who knows what's going to happen, but we're used to this down here in South Louisiana. No big deal. We just keep moving forward, and that type of thing. So, we're glad that you're here. We're glad to be here. And we're just going to jump into this. Just to tell you briefly, for those of you that haven't met me, we, as Kim said, we are part of your support team. If you're on here, you're part of our team somewhere in the world. We have a great relationship with those folks in Australia. We've been working with them since we opened there in 1998. And they've just become, like family to us, as all of you have. Debbie and I have been in the business 30 years. It was 30 years this past February. Our sponsors, Carrie and Mickey Daigle, they have been in the business about 4 months longer than we have, and you'll be hearing from Carrie next week. They're tremendous. I call them the power couple, man. They've won more awards than Michael Jackson. I mean, with our company, it's incredible the awards that those guys have put up. And Carrie is going to be great. So get your teams on for next week, this time again, and same number, same time that we'll be doing that. It's just great to be with you guys, and we're so happy. We cannot be more excited about what's going on with our company right now. You'll see that as I go along through some things I'm going to share with you this evening, is what's going on and happening not only here in the U.S., but around the world. And it's a great time to be part of the Juice Plus culture, community, and family. And we really appreciate each and every one of you. I want to jump in and kind of identify and clarify maybe for some of you what the direct selling industry is, the direct selling association, and network marketing, multi-level marketing, all of these types of things. So that's the direction I'm going to go here this evening with you. And I just want to jump in and get started right away with that. I want to read you what the definition of the direct selling is. And this is the definition. It's worded this way. Direct selling is a business model that offers entrepreneurial opportunities to individuals and independent contractors to market and or sell products and services through one, typically outside of a fixed retail outlet or establishment, through one-on-one selling, in-home product demonstrations, or online. So those are kind of the options. The compensation is ultimately based on sales, and it may be earned based on personal sales and or sales of others in your sales organization. Direct sellers can be called distributors, representatives, consultants, partners, and various other titles. So that's the definition of what direct selling is. In 2019, to give you some stats, I have some updated figures just worldwide on 19. The rest of the figures are still from 2018 I'm going to give you. But in 2019, direct selling brought in a little over $193 billion US worldwide. Worldwide, 193 billion. In Australia, since most of you guys are there that are on tonight, in 2018, it was $1.38 billion. It's big business, guys, really big business. How many people are involved? Well, worldwide, 118 million, and in Australia, 463,000. So there's almost 500,000 people just in the country of Australia that are involved in the direct selling industry. And that's not including New Zealand. Those figures are even different there. Let's look at worldwide again. Let's look at some demographics. How many are male? How many are female? Well, worldwide, 74% of direct sellers are female. 26% are male. In Australia, you guys, your figures are a little bit different. 77% female and 23% male. So worldwide it's 74 and 26. In the country of Australia, it's 77 and 23. Yeah, you gals own it. What can I say? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The top product categories in the direct selling industry, the top product category is wellness, and the second one is cosmetics. So think about that. What industry, are we in and what we do? We're in that wellness arena. As far as ranks, as far as countries, Australia ranks 24th in direct selling worldwide in the world. And if you want to look at, where your country stands, whether you're New Zealand or US or somewhere in Europe, you can go to the Direct Selling Association website and find out more information. I'm going to talk about them in just a moment. So don't go there now. Let's wait till at least this Zoom is over with, and then you can go check it out, right? But the industry has consistent growth for the past 20 years worldwide. So it's an industry that is growing. The industry performs well in down economic times. Now that may not be good when we have a downturn in the economy, wherever you are at, but our industry of direct selling seems to thrive during that time. Direct selling businesses have become a very major part of our landscape and business around the world. It's here, guys. It's here to stay. Now, let's talk about, some breakdowns by age. And one, I think the big attraction to our direct selling industry is the fact of a low startup cost. People can actually become entrepreneurial. They can own a business. And for the most part, it's usually a low startup cost compared to a traditional business or maybe franchising or something like that. Well, let's look at the age groups. This is may surprise a little of you with, what are the groups of ages of people that get involved in our industry? Well, here's the breakdown. The top age group with 26% is 35 to 44-year-olds. That's the biggest group of direct selling participants. The next biggest group of 23% is 45 to 50-year-olds. So think about this. Some of you that are younger, older, whatever, may not want to hear this, but 35 to 50-year-olds make up half of the direct selling industry of people that are involved. Then it breaks down. The next category at 18% is 25 to 34-year-olds, so a little younger group there. And then the next group, which is right behind them at 17%, is the 55 to 64-year-old group. The over 65 is 10%, and under 25, surprises me a little bit, is only 6% of the market. Wow. So I look at that to say, well, this is what the statistics are, but it looks like we have some opportunities there as well. Now, that's what direct selling, that's a little background and history on direct selling. What about the Direct Selling Association? You've heard of that, the DSA. Well, what the DSA is, it's a national trade organization or association started in the United States in 1910. Yeah, direct selling's been around a while, right? Started in 1910, and it was for companies that market their products and services directly to consumers through independent entrepreneurial sales forces. The DSA serves today to promote, protect, and police the direct selling industry while helping direct selling companies and their independent sales force become more successful. So they're kind of a partner of us in our industry that lobby for us and help protect us as an industry that we are all in. In Australia, the DSA was formed in 1967, so it's been around a little while there. Now, members of the DSA, which we are, the Juice Plus company, we're members of the DSA everywhere there's a DSA around the world. And what's interesting about the Direct Selling Association is, in order to be a member as a company, they have what's called a code of ethics that you must follow as a company, or else you're not going to be a member. So when someone says, well, what about this company? What about that company? And things like that, the first thing I look at is, are they a member of the Direct Selling Association? And if they're not, what does that tell you? That tells you something, in my opinion. So let's talk about a breakdown, this next little segment here of the network marketing or multi-level marketing part of the direct selling industry. Network marketing is a business model, and this is a definition according to the Direct Selling Association. Network marketing is a business model that depends on person-to-person sales by independent representatives. A network marketing business may also include a network of business partners or salespeople to assist you. So again, network marketing is a business model. Notice it didn't say it's an industry. I hear all the time people talk about, well, I'm in the network marketing industry. Well, the network marketing is not an industry. Now, what is the difference, or what's this multi-level marketing? What is it, in regards to network marketing? I've often heard, well, network marketing, multi-level marketing is the same thing. Well, technically, multi-level marketing is a type of network marketing because of its structure of its compensation plan. It has multi-levels that you can move up. For example, if you've looked at the Juice Plus company and our marketing plan, it has multi-levels moving up in it. You go from one level to the next level to the next. Now, there's other types of marketing out there. You got binary plans, you've got, all these different things. And then I hear, well, affiliate marketing or online marketing, or what is that? Well, that's basically, I think, people that are just trying to disguise a little bit that they use network marketing or multi-level marketing in their company, and they're trying to get creative, and they're just part of the direct selling, companies that like we all are. So a lot of these things are used, to kind of, as I say, disguise. Maybe they're not proud of their company and they don't want to put their company out there. And that's one of the things that I tell people when someone says, what do you do? I throw the Juice Plus company right out there. I'm proud of my company. I'm proud of our products. I'm proud of what we do. I don't try to hide behind some, savvy, well, we're this or we're that or whatever. I put it right out there. Now, you're going to hear Carrie talk next week, And, you know, he uses a term called keyboard business, and I won't even get into that. I'll let him talk about that next week. But man, I think that's genius that he came up with, that's almost really what we do today. We work off of a keyboard, you know, and again, he will expand on that a little more, you know, for next week. So why does network marketing or direct selling or whatever, why does sometimes it have this stigma of pyramid selling or pyramid scheme? Well, let's talk about that for a moment and think about how this has evolved. Direct selling's been around since probably about 1900. It's well over 100 years old. And back in the day, direct selling was just someone going directly to the consumer. Those of you that are older will remember people that used to come door to door and sell vacuum cleaners, or they sell cookware, or maybe they, you know, sold encyclopedias back in the day. You young guys probably don't know what an encyclopedia is, but, you know, they would actually come to you. Some of them would just knock on your door and see if you're available. Most would knock on your door and then come back the next day or the next night or whatever, because they wanted, you know, the husband, the wife, the family to be there to make a decision on buying something. Well, that's direct selling and how it began. In the 1950s or so, this business model of network marketing came to be. And it got a lot of pushback, you know, initially, because franchising was beginning at that time. And here comes this new, you know, business model in there that people weren't real familiar with, and the government was looking at it and all of that. But network marketing was born during that time. And several companies, you know, got on board with that type of structure, whereas direct selling in the 1900s and all, basically you worked for a company and went out and sold directly to the consumer. You didn't build a sales team necessarily or an organization like we do today. But the network marketing industry changed that, and the business model of network marketing changed that. In the 1980s, after, you know, this business model had been out for a little while, there were some very unethical people that would start what looked like a network marketing business model company, but it was really an illegal pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, that was disguised as a company. And they would rip people off. They'd get people to invest in large amounts of money and different things and this and that and the other. And so this really kind of, maybe late 70s, but really the 80s was kind of, I think, the decade of the illegal stuff going on out there. Well, the government then said, hey, you know, people are getting ripped off. We need to protect the consumer. And so all of these different agencies and things in the government started to be formed to where they would go out and police the industry. And over the decade of the 80s and really the 90s, they kind of cleaned the industry up. And the regulatory agencies, the government got involved. They started overseeing it all. And so that happened during that time. So over really about the last 20 years, 15 or 20 years, you know, today it would be very hard. I'm not going to say impossible, but it would be very hard to open or operate some kind of pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme and disguise it as a network marketing business model. It's just too many agencies. We are more educated as a society. We would spot that right away. So today to have that, you don't really see it. But that's why sometimes, especially the older generation, I'll say that, people that maybe lived through the 70s and 80s and 90s that were, you know, during that time. So they've got this stigma. So when someone brings that up, I'll just say first and foremost, pyramid schemes are illegal. Ponzi schemes are illegal. All that's illegal. We're a 50-year-old company. What we do is not illegal. It's just not. They would have caught us by now, right? That's what I like to joke and say. So don't buy into that. It's just that people are either uninformed or misinformed. And so I think we have the opportunity to inform people when we hear something like that. Our company, the Juice Plus company as it's known today, many of you may know, it started out as a heat and smoke detection company. That was their main product. Then they moved into water and air filtration. So Juice Plus is our third product line that we've had in the 50 years of the company. Well, here's something a lot of people don't know. from 1970 to 1984, we were a direct selling company. We didn't incorporate the network marketing business model into what we do. That happened in 1984. Our president founder, Dany Martin, decided, hey, not only can you go out and sell our products directly, but we're going to also allow you to build teams of people and use this network marketing business model to go out and build teams of people to help sell our products. And so that's when that happened in 1984. Now, to me, network marketing, direct selling is a distribution center, not an industry. I've already said that. And what we like to refer to it now, and this probably started, some of you that I'm going to show this slide in a moment, those of you that see me travel, especially to Australia and the US over the last at least 2 years or so, you've seen me use this one slide. I've been using it for a couple of years now. And we call what we do C2C marketing. What is that? It's consumer to consumer marketing, because that's really what we do, and that's really who we are. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to share my screen with you guys, if it will allow me to do that. And I want to pull something up here, and hopefully all of you can see that, that we're going to do. So let's talk about this consumer to consumer marketing, which is really a change in distribution that we have. Let's talk about traditional marketing first, okay? In traditional marketing, you have a research and product design department. Now, here's what I'm going to use as my example today. I'm going to use a pair of Nike Air Jordan, Michael Jordan tennis shoes. So when I'm going through this list, think about this. Nike has a research and product design department. They manufacture the tennis shoe, okay? Then that tennis shoe goes to a wholesaler. The wholesaler then takes it to a retailer or a retail store, let's say. And then in the retail store, you have sales agents there. These sales agents, they're the ones that go in the back and get the box and bring it out with your size or whatever. And you and I, the consumer, come in and purchase the product. So that pair of tennis shoes goes through this chain along the way. Now, here's the thing. Everyone in this chain has to make a profit. The manufacturer, the wholesaler, the retailer, the sales agent, all of them have to make a profit, or else they don't stay in business. Then there's two other major factors that really come into play here. One is advertising. They spend a ton of money on advertising. And the other is endorsements. And for my example with Michael Jordan's tennis shoes, they pay him to endorse this product. So let's look at how that breaks down. Air Jordans cost about $16 a pair to produce. The retail price US we pay is anywhere from $250 to $550 a pair. Okay? Michael Jordan's estimated earnings last year, this is according to details this year, was over $130 million. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I like Michael Jordan. I think he was one of the best, basketball players that ever lived. But here's the thing. Look at what that price starts at, and by the time all of this is paid out, you and I go in and pay $250 to $550 for that pair of shoes. Everyone has to get their, quote, cut or their profit off of it. So let's look at the consumer to consumer marketing that we do with Juice Plus. First and foremost, we have a research and product design department with Juice Plus, where they're always looking at and put this research that we have on our product. They're developing the product. They're enhancing our product, always making it better. Then we manufacture the product. We have a partner company called Natural Alternatives International that does that in AI. Then instead of, going to all these other places, it goes through you and I. We'll call us a sales agent. The product, the Juice Plus product, goes through one of us. In other words, it has to be ordered through one of us, and the consumer purchases it. If you will notice, there's 4 steps that are eliminated in our type of distribution. Wholesalers eliminated, the retailers eliminated, the advertising and the endorsements are eliminated. So where does that pie, where does that piece of a pot of money go? because we have the same pie as Nike does, but they're cutting theirs in all these different pieces, and we're cutting ours in a few bigger pieces. So that's why you and I, as sales agents with the Juice Plus company, can go out and make the types of profit and make the type of income that we can make by using this distribution system. So don't get confused with what the system is and this, that, and the other. The marketing is simply something that it's just a distribution system that we have in place. So let me go back and ask you now, what industry are we in? Are you confused? Well, it's simple as this. We're in the whole food-based nutrition industry. That's the industry we're in the health and wellness industry, however you want to say it. We're not in what I call the network marketing industry. Network marketing, again, is a distribution system. See, a company that sells makeup is not in the network marketing industry. They're in the cosmetics industry. A company that sells jewelry is in the jewelry industry, not in the network marketing industry. So you guys get my point. So why are we different as a Juice Plus company than so many companies that consider themselves to be in the network marketing industry? Well, first and foremost, we build a solid preferred customer base, and we're not just trying to recruit everyone to sign up. We're not a buyer's club. We don't want everyone signed up in our business so they can buy cheaper. That's not who we are. We focus on customer acquisition first versus partner acquisition. Let me give you a few numbers on that. See, 85% of your Juice Plus customers will never get involved in your business. This is statistics that our company has. 85% will never get involved in your business. In fact, they probably won't even tell anybody they take Juice Plus. It'll just be a personal decision and choice that they've made. 10% of your customers will get involved in some way into our business only after what I consider they've had one or both of the E's. And the E's are this: experience or education. They've either had an experience with the product, so they decide to share it with others, or they've been educated on the product, understand it, and understand how great it is, and then they will get involved in the business in some part. Only 5% of your customers will get involved in the business along with getting involved with the product right away, both at the same time. So think about this for a moment. If we went out and talked to these 100 people about our product and the business every single time together, only 5% would respond in a positive way. If we went out and talked to these 100 people about the product first, potentially all 100 of them could become customers. See, this is where we're different than most companies in the direct selling arena out there. So this is, most of these companies out there will teach people, go talk to 100 and get 5. If you ever hear any of these, quote unquote network marketing trainers, it's a numbers game. It's just, you got to talk to a bunch of people and get a few. Well, not with our company. Why? Because we have such a standalone premier product in Juice Plus. There's nothing else like it in the world. So that's where we're different. We teach, go get 100. Don't just talk to 100 and hope for 5. So why would we do that? Now, do we talk to people about our business? Absolutely. But my belief is this: I believe they have to have a real, belief in our products before they can be involved in our business. Now we may talk to them about our business 1 minute after we introduce the products, 1 day, 1 week, 1 year. Don't know. It depends on how that conversation goes. But here's what I think. I don't think that we should be training our folks to go out and talk to every single prospect about the products in the business at the same time, because we're not one of those companies. We have a shot at all 100 of those people. We're not looking for just the 5. So don't confuse that. That's why I think not only our product is premier, but our business, our company is premier. So with our product line, our preferred customer retention is over 80% as a company. So you can see why we're very different than these companies that just want to sell you a bunch of products. Our philosophy is we want to sell less to more people, not more to less people. That's how we are as a company. And that's a good philosophy to have. And I think that's why that we're positioned for such a bright future, especially right now. See, we focus on relationships with people, not just seeing how many we can get to sign up, buy, join, or sell. So focus on the relationships. Why is this important right now? In March of this year that just passed, just a couple of months ago, our company is now 50 years old this year. It was started in 1970, and you'll hear more about that next week. We set an all-time sales record this past March. In the history of the company, not just since Juice Plus has been out or whatever, but in the history of the company. Wow, can you believe that? But here's something even more impressive. April was better than March. May was better than April. June was better. The last 5 months, we have broke records with our company in its 50-year history. Now that's going on with this pandemic and crisis going on around the world. Do you think we're in the right place at the right time with the right company, with the right distribution system? Absolutely. Absolutely we are. And it's not just about, making sales or making money. It's really about inspiring healthy living around the world. So to me, and my message in closing here this evening with you is this: now is the time. If you're not involved with our business, now's a perfect time to get involved with our business. If you're involved in our business, now's the time to really get serious about our business because of what's happening, guys. We're on a trend right now for whatever reason, whether people are concerned more about their health, maybe they're concerned more about their finances, whatever it may be. But right now is the time to get focused, to be intentional with what you do, and be consistent. Without being intentional and without being consistent, you're just going to be a sometime partner in the Juice Plus business. And what I mean by that is getting up every day with the intention of, I'm going to talk to somebody, I'm going to share information with someone today, or 2 people or 10 people or whatever your goal is. And then not just do that every month here and there, do it every day, being consistent. It's kind of like going to the gym. The less you go, the easier it is not to go. And the less you don't touch your Juice Plus business, the easier it is for it to get away from you, because we're all volunteers in what we do. We choose to do this. And that's the big difference there. So the timing could not be better right now. The future could not be brighter right now. And to me, I really feel like the best is really yet to come worldwide for Juice Plus and the Juice Plus company. I appreciate you guys joining us. Kim, I'm going to turn it back over to you if you have anything to close with. Again, tune in next week. Carrie Daigle, rock star in our business. The following week, the global CEO of our company is going to be joining us. It's exciting, guys. It's exciting. Don't sleep. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Who else is buzzing from the info? Who learned something new tonight? Oh my gosh, Dany, thank you so much for giving us your time. Honestly, I'm like, you just finished that, and I was like, I want to hear more. Like, keep going, don't stop. Does anyone have any questions? I don't know if you have a couple of minutes to still give us, Dany. Does anyone have a question they'd love to chuck in the chat? Tongue twister. For Dany?
If they would put it in there, Kim, you can read it. See, I'm a guy. I can't multitask, so I can't talk and read at the same time. You girls can do that, but I can't do that.
Oh, love it. Us women, we've got some special skills. All right. Well, there's no questions come in. I think everyone's blown away with, I just love our business model. I love that. My biggest takeaway from that is network marketing is a business model, not an industry. It's a business model. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that empowers me so much as being a business owner with this. So amazing. There's no questions, Dany. You ticked everyone's boxes tonight.
Awesome. Well, all I can say is rally your teams and get them on. We have 500 lines that Dr. Hunter has allowed us to use on her Zoom here. Let's fill those babies up next week.
Love it. Can't wait. Thank you, Dany. You're amazing. We are so, so grateful for you. And yeah, next week, same time, see all of your sexy faces online with even more epic information and content for you guys. All right. Thanks for jumping on, guys. Mwah. Big love to you all.
Thank you. Stop recording.